Chris McClellan. This video is about the Hour of Code. The Hour of Code started as a one-hour introduction to computer science, designed to demystify code and make it accessible to students and expand it to people who perhaps never really had thought about it as a possible career path or interest. What is the goal of Hour of Code? The goal is not to make a student into an expert in just an hour or to make them into a computer scientist. It's to show that coding is something they can do, it's something they can consider and to think about as a possible career path. The success of Hour of Code is precisely in reaching a large number of new students who had never thought about it before. When is the Hour of Code? The Hour of Code will take place the week of December 3rd through the 7th, the first week of December, which also happens to be Computer Science Week. Your building administrators will let you know when you will be participating in the Hour of Code. This week is also the first week of map testing.
Hi, I'm Justin Case, and I'm also a TRT here in the district. You may be asking yourself, what do I need to do to prepare for Hour of Code? Well, first thing you want to do is go through a couple of the online activities, so if students get stuck, you'll be able to help them out. It makes it easier if you've done these activities beforehand. And we'll provide you with some examples of these activities in just a few moments. Also, be ready to provide encouragement to the students. Most students will have never done an Hour of Code activity, and neither will you. You also want to make sure that all the devices that you're going to use are charged and ready to go. And all of the activities we provide will be available to be used on Chromebooks, or laptops, or iPads. Any of those three work. And lastly, if you do choose to do an unplugged or paper activity not online, be sure copies are made beforehand and that you've gone through the activity yourself so things will run smoothly. You also may ask yourself, do I have to know anything about coding to do Hour of Code? Absolutely not. You don't need to know anything about coding beforehand to do these activities. That's part of the fun, is learning as you go. And as I've stated, you can code right along with your students if you wish, displaying what you do up on your ClearTouch board or your projector, whichever you have. Now, there are several ways that you can implement Hour of Code with your students. You can have each student using their own device individually. You can have a teacher-led lesson where the whole class goes along with you. You can pair students up, which works really well. Or you can use some sort of hybrid combination of these where the students have the devices and the teacher leads and the student mirrors what the teacher does.
Hi, I'm Kerry Elliott, another district TRT here in Clark County. Where do I go to get to the code, the Hour of Code? There's been a link put on the district website, and it's under Teacher Staff, and it's called Hour of Code Resources. So all you have to do is go click that, and it should take you right to this page. This is a page I created and put on my website, and you can see that it is divided up into primary and intermediate under elementary, and we have intermediate activities under intermediate and junior high school. We have junior high school and high school activities. They're all online. Everything at the top is all online. The offline activities or the paper activities are listed on the bottom. So you could click on those links and they will have lessons and worksheet handouts that you can print off. And make sure that you do print those off prior to the Hour of Code. So you're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off last minute kind of thing. So, what can I do prior to the Hour of Code? The Hour of Code? You can do an introduction day. An introduction day just to introduce your class to Hour of Code or to coding. You can have a practice day. Introduce one day, practice on another day. Use Hour of Code as a center activity. That could be a really good thing. And then you can keep that center throughout the year. just to reinforce that coding, the way of the logical thinking. Go through the online activities that you're going to be doing that day. Make sure you go through them, because some of them can be difficult, and with you going through them, finding those difficult things, then you can better help your students get through those things. If you're doing an unplugged activity, make sure that you run off your paper copies. Make sure you do that. And both online and the unplugged activities can be teacher-led, or they can be whole class activities. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what at least one of those online activities look like, and show you how things are going to go with that. Okay, now I'm going to go through one of the activities. I'm going to choose Robot Rabbit, and it should come up. And then you're going to launch mission. And hit the play button. You need to view this video for lack of time. I'm just going to bypass this, but you would listen to it. It's only 50 seconds, so it's not that bad. I'm going to close this out. So what it tells you is that the robot lost all its programming and needs you to reprogram. So, the instructions are here at the top. It says drag the coding block from the blocks list on the left, that's it, right here, and connect it to the win play block, and then you press play. So I'm going to drag the green, connect it to the win play block, and now what you need to do is you need to think, how is this green disc going to rotate in order to hit this ball and knock it in this box? Well, is it going to rotate clockwise or counterclockwise? I believe it's clockwise. And by how many degrees? 90. You can use this circular thing where you can do it this way, or you can type it in. I'm going to, well, you saw I've done both. Okay, once you've got it in, you click off of it, and then go down the bottom left-hand corner and click play. And you can watch the robot do its thing. And bing, goes in. Continue. Next, move. Oh, there's two balls. We've got to knock both in. If we rotate clockwise, just like we did in the previous activity, we're going to knock that ball in. But if we continue, it's going to, looks like it's going to hit that platform. And even if that platform wasn't there, it would knock this ball that way instead of into the box. So we need to hit one and then rotate the other way to hit the other one. So there's going to be two rotate green disc blocks. The first one, clockwise, we can do it 90 degrees. The other one is going to be counterclockwise by how much? 270. Click off of it and hit play and see what it does. Knocks that one in. Does it go 270? Yes, it does. And then you continue, and each activity gets progressively harder. We want to thank you for your time, attention, and effort to the Hour of Code. I'm sure this will benefit your students, maybe not immediately, but I believe the long-term effects will be great. In the meantime, check out the activities on my website. That is clarkschools.net/TRT/Carrie Elliott, all one word. And then it's I think the second or third button on the left. It will say Hour of Code. And run through those with students, run through those yourselves. You may try out a few of them and see which one that you prefer as to what you're going to do with your students on the day when it gets, December the 5th. As the first week of December approaches, we want to tell you that we will be sending out information more specific to your grade level. So be expecting some emails with those things, with some information in it from us. So thank you again, and have fun coding.